Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you find you fit and well on this fine day. The mist has lifted, the rain has stopped, and the sun has come out. What a beautiful day for winter. Well, I'm just out here today setting up my new front line hammock, testing the tree huggers and the size of the new 3x3 tarp. It's pretty big. It's a new design with the new size with the DD camouflage, DD brand design camouflage. Oh no, you see how I've tucked the corners in there. Maybe that will help with the wind. Maybe not. I may have to tie them to the ground. That's a bit more experimenting for the afternoon. But that's not what you come here for, is it? Well, I haven't got a clue what this video is going to be called. I know what it's about, but so far it's changed 3 or 4 times. So let me give you an overview. You've all heard of the tag, the 5 best tips for wild camping for beginners, haven't you? Well, yeah, I started out, I was thinking about that, realised that there was quite a lot of videos already online, so I thought I'd up it a gear, and I thought about what's the 5 worst tips. So then I was going through, looking through videos of people that give you tips that don't really make sense, and I come across Gareth and Zoe. I'll leave a link down there. There's a really funny video, and they say we're going to do the 5 worst pieces of advice ever been given. Oh, that's cross camera, isn't it? Use me right hand instead. So what I thought I'd do is I'd change it again, and instead of blaming other people, 5 worst tips, 5 best tips, whichever, I'll tell you about 5 of the worst mistakes that I've made, looking from my experience. Don't you think this is a lovely nature reserve in Coventry? See the hospital over there? Yeah. So my 5 worst experiences, things that I've done wrong. So let's go. Start off, alcohol. Now, I know it's bad to drink alcohol in cold weather because your body temperature, it's hard to keep yourself warm because it cools your core down. But it hasn't stopped me in the past from drinking too much alcohol. Let's say, for instance, you're on a hike, you pop into a pub and you get to the site and it's cold, it's started to rain, everything's become that bit more difficult. Your focus has gone, your agility, your decision making skills are lacking, and there's a big thing called the can't be arsed factor when you're cold. A lot of you may, well, a lot of more experienced wild campers, this is for beginners, a lot of more experienced wild campers will have recognised the can't be arsed factor and may have fallen foul of it. So try not to get at least tiddly. Don't, treat it like driving. 2 maybe 2 beers, 1 beer, but no more, because just like driving, you're going to come unstuck if you drink too much. Okay, so number 2. What is number 2? Don't be so stubborn. I've been stubborn in the past. I've planned. I'm going to stay there. That's where I'm going to stay. I'm not going to move. And I've ignored my advice again. I put out a video last year saying, do not sleep in a concreted area. Get away from water, glass, you know, concrete, you know, find some insulation. And then I went and camped in Galway in the radio tower on top of the hill on a freezing night, winds, gale blowing. I was so stubborn, I wanted to stay there, that I was the one that suffered. And I could have easily just gone down the hill a bit, latched up to a tree, kipped on the floor, and I'd have been warm enough, I'd have been quite happy. So my mistake was being stubborn. Don't be stubborn, be flexible. Right, number 3. I have to keep moving around the cameras because people are walking along the paths in the nature reserve and I don't want to get them on camera. So number 3, lovely camouflage gear there, camouflage clothes, that's fine, great. Hide yourself discreetly and move away from somebody else who's going to be on camera in a second, or not. Yeah, number 3, camouflage kit. Now you're all right with your tarps and your tents, but you know, people tend to buy you stuff. They buy you books, they buy you things to wrap your equipment in, they buy you knives, you know, you get all sorts of things. So if they're going to do that, or if they have done that, sorry, they buy it in camouflage because they know you're a camper and you like camouflage, so I forgot that bit. But I've lost plenty of kit that is camouflaged or green in woodland just like this. You drop it, you don't realise you dropped it, you wander off over there 100 yards or so, and then you realise you haven't got it and you come back and look for it and there's no way you're going to find it, especially when there's loose leaves and mud and whatnot all over the place. So yeah, keep your small kit, cameras, knives, water bottles. That's a nightmare for me, water bottle, camouflage water bottles. They're good for getting lost. 4 is, I think that's 4. 4 is what I'm using now to film this. Losing phones. Now, your average phone these days, depends on what phone you've got. Let's just say you're not me and you've gone out and bought a £1,000 phone. The last thing you want to be doing is putting that phone in a camouflage case. Or in my case, I've lost 2, and contributory factor 2 of them not finding them again is dark cases. This one is a bright blue, and not charging your phone completely or running it down. Always make sure you've got it charged, and if you can, keep it attached to the battery charger. That way you're tethered to your body. Keep it in maybe a chest zip pocket. And what I've done now, after losing 2, I've got one of these. You press the button. I won't do it now because it will disturb the video, but you press the button, if you're within, it'll go beep beep beep, you can hear it, but you can go, well, you could go online if you had your phone, but if you've got that connected to your phone and you've got your phone and dropped your keys, you can go on the app on the phone and the key will bleep, so you can find that. The fob will bleep till you find that. I'm gonna have to check this video to see if I've done 5 or 4. My brain is too old for this game. Yeah, once again, I'm doing too much, coming out testing out my kit and doing a video. Just show you this thing here. I'll turn the camera around if I can. Does that turn it around now? Oh right, okay, it's oh, they're taking stills. Right, selfie mode. Right, what I'm going to show you here is, I might do a video on this at home. See the knots in this with the DD front line, well, any DD hammock except for the super lights, you get this webbing, and it's just like one long streak. About, I think it's about 4 meters, 5 meters of it. Now what I've done is I've looped this in the hammock end and then put a carabiner on the end. Then every 6 inches I've put a knot, and that way I can wrap it around the tree, bring it back on itself through the loop down here and onto the carabiner. Now if the hammock's too loose, I just move up a knot, and if it's too tight, I move it down a knot, and that's as simple as it gets. And because you've got 2 on either end, you've got twice as much flexibility. There you go, flexibility, not being stubborn. And that works a treat, and now I can set my hammock up in less than 5 minutes. Right, I hope to see you again sometime out camping, maybe this year, hopefully. I wish you all well, live life, be free, happy camping. Please like, share, subscribe. If you are liking, if you are commenting, they're not getting through. So press that little icon down there, if I'm looking at the camera down there, press the bell, and then press the bell again when it comes up with little icons over the top, just to give you a better notification. Please comment. I really want to know any especially things that you've done wrong, like me, and what you did and how you got over it. I read every comment, I answer every comment, and I look forward to reading them, because it just cheers me up, especially with this crappy COVID lockdown monstrosity thing that's going on. I'm only out here, I'm hiding in the woods, trying to keep away from anybody, any officials that might notice me. And now I've been out for an hour or so, I suppose my exercise is over and I've got to go home. So be free, happy camping, goodbye.